To another speak out now. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I've really been focusing on my website at the moment, so I'm sorry that it's been a while. If you don't already, please go follow my website because I've put a lot of hard work and effort into making that a really well researched and well presented site full of news, updates and much more from the sporting world. I've got a number of writers working hard on it at the moment, and I wanted to give a quick shout out as well to at MLB and NFL Goat on Instagram. He kind of gave me that push to get back into the speak outs, especially when I've been focusing on other things. So thank you for that, and thank you for the support that everyone's shown for this. So I'm dealing with an interesting topic today, and one that a lot of people wonder about, and I was originally asked to cover this a little while ago, and I'm kind of glad I waited actually, because more has come out since, which means I can give a more valid opinion, as if I had done it beforehand, everything I would have said would have been invalid at that point. So we're talking today about, will the Ball family, every member of them, well at least of the kids, make it to the NBA, and what are the chances of this happening? Because I think this is quite an interesting topic. The Big Baller brand is well known, and they seem to be taking the basketball world a bit by storm, or at least have done in the past. So obviously we've got Lonzo already in the NBA, so I'll touch on him later. But I thought starting off with LaMelo. Now he's young, he's at Chino Hills, and he seems to be a highlight machine. What I would say is he does seem a little bit like one of those guys who makes those highlight shots all the time. He's always making these big plays. You see him on the highlight reels, but then there's often talk of how he plays not a lot of defense and things like that. So I think we'll only really see what he's capable of when he takes that next step to the next level, when he gets into college and he has proper coaching staff around him and he plays the game at a proper level, and then we'll see really what he's made of, if this guy is really NBA talent. Now we know LeVar's backing them, so they've got a good talker, a good agent if you like, backing them all the way. It worked for Lonzo, so I'm sure that's on their side, and you never know how that factors into things. But I'd say LaMelo at the moment is a bit hard to assess just because of the level he's at. But so far, he definitely has displayed the potential to play at that level. Now, many people did feel that LiAngelo was the best, or the strongest at least, candidate to be a top-level player in the NBA of the Ball family. Now, obviously, with the recent situation with his arrest, and now him being taken out of the UCLA program, it looks increasingly unlikely that he'll make it. Having said that, if he can right some wrongs, perhaps he'll play overseas. If he does well enough there, there's no telling where he ends up, and if he keeps playing to his full potential, I can't see why eventually someone wouldn't take a chance on him and bring him back to the NBA, even if it was one of those that you hear about, either G League contracts or 10-day contracts, just to give him a shot, and that be the starting point that launches him back into the NBA. I can't see why that wouldn't happen if he plays well enough. And you know what, we all make mistakes sometimes. He made a silly mistake when he's young, and you know, I can see teams eventually, if his play and his off-the-field persona matches up in the future, giving him that shot once again in the NBA. And I think that would be both good for him and perhaps for a team, because he's full of talent. He's a young guy, plenty of talent. So like I said, I don't really see why he shouldn't make it. As for Lonzo, he's obviously already in the NBA, but to me he's been a bit of a disappointment. And I say that, I mean, beforehand I didn't think he was the best player in the draft, so I'm not surprised that he was picked by the Lakers, but at the same time I just didn't think he perhaps was up there with some of the names he was put ahead of. Now, like I said, I mentioned it before, LeVar's a big talker, so I do think that helped push up his stock, if you like. And he did play some good games, don't get me wrong. I just felt like there was other talent perhaps drafted later who would have been better choices. But I think it's nice for the Lakers organisation. They've got a young, growing team at the moment with a lot of potential there. And he fits into that method that they're building of young players. Having said that, at the moment there's a lot of exciting young rookies, so let me know in the comments section down below who your favourite is at the moment. For me, I have to give a shout out to Jason Tatum for his great shooting season. He's been part of a big reason why the Celtics have been on such a successful run, 22-4 now. They've been really impressive, and I think surprised a lot of people. No one really saw that coming before the season, at least not to that extent. So they've played some really, really good basketball. Another one is we all love watching Ben Simmons dunk on people. He's so exciting, electrifying. He's got so much in his repertoire. I hope he's in the dunk contest this year, because otherwise it's really not going to be worth watching. But for me, my personal favourite has to be Donovan Mitchell. He's so exciting. He can score in such a variety of ways. He's playing with maturity beyond his years, and you really see it when he's playing on the court. He's looking like an all-star out there already, and you hear non-stop reports about his hard work and effort. So for me, that's who my favourite is. I've also enjoyed, on a little more underrated, if you like, scale, OG Anunoby from the Raptors. He's playing really good basketball there. He's quite young and exciting as well, and not as many people are talking about him at that level, but he is playing really good basketball. I think he could be another potential future all-star as well. So, like I said, let me know in the comment section below who's your favourite rookie been this year, and also, what do you think the Bulls family's chances are of all of them ending up in the NBA at some point in the near future? Thanks as always for listening.